Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mimi Bright, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a straight trouser or straight pants. So to get started, I'm going to be starting with my waistline. This is my waistline. Now from my waistline to my hip measurement is 9 inches. Bring out 9 inches and rule a straight line. Then the next thing to do is from my waist measurement to your crotch measurement. To get your waist to your crotch measurement is either you sit on a flat surface and measure from your waist down to where your butt touches the seat. That will give you your crotch measurement. Or you can say the trouser length minus the inseam. The inseam is measuring from inside your crotch down all the way down to your legs. So that's your inseam. Now to get that measurement, you can say your trouser length minus your inseam, whatever it gives, that's your crotch depth. So for me, my crotch depth from my waist to my crotch is 11 inches. So I'm going to bring out 11 inches. Now the next thing I'm going to do is get my waist to my knee measurement. My waist to knee measurement is 23 inches. So the next thing to do is get your trouser measurement. My trouser measurement is 43 inches. Then I'm going to add extra 2 inches for your hem, for the hem allowance. So that will give me 45 inches. So get 45 inches. So guys, I had to place it this way because I'm quite tall. So you get your trouser length. This is my trouser length. So okay guys, this one is optional. You can do it if you want. But for me, I'm just going to put in my thigh line, which is 4 inches below my crotch line. Now guys, now that I'm done with the vertical, we're going to go ahead and start putting in our measurements. So the first thing I'm going to do is to get my hip measurement. My hip measurement is 39 inches divided by 4 plus 2 inches. The reason why I'm adding 2 inches is because 2 inches is my sewing allowance. So that will give me 11.75. Now once you mark that 11.75 on your hip line, you're going to equally mark it on your waistline. Now connect the dots with a straight line. Once I've done reading a straight line, the next thing to do is get your waist measurement. My waist measurement is 28 inches divided by 4. That will give me 7 inches plus 2 inch seam allowance. That will give me 10 inch. That will give me 9 inches plus 1 inch for your darts. That will give me 10 inches. Now you're going to measure your 10 inches from this line. Once you do that, make your mark. Then you rule a straight line all the way down to your hip line. Now once you're done, we're going to go ahead and put in our crotch, the crotch curve. So to do that, you're going to measure this crotch line. That's from here all the way to this line here, to this your hip line. So measure it and divide it by 4, whatever it gives you. Just measure it like so. then divide it by 4. This is how I divide it by 4. So this is what it's giving me. Then I will put in now. You're going to go ahead from this point. You're going to go ahead and measure out 1.5. Then make a mark. The reason why I'm doing this is so that you will get a perfect curve. Like so. Now the next thing we're going to do is to find the midpoint of our crotch line. So from here to here, this is how I find my midpoint. So it's giving me 7.5. Now go ahead from here, put in your 7.5 for the midpoint. Do it all the way down to your trouser length. I'm going to go ahead and rule a straight line. Like so. This line will help you when it's time for you to shape your trouser. That's the reason why I put this line here. So guys, this is now going to be known as my center line, this line, because this is what I will use in shaping in my trouser. Now the next thing to do is we are going to find our thigh measurements and divide by 2. The reason why you're dividing by 2 is because you're measuring one leg. So everything will be divided by 2, like your thigh measurements, your knee and your ankle. So my thigh measurement is 26 inches divided by 2. Mine is going to give me 13 inches. Now you're going to find the midpoint of 13 inches. So whatever it gives me, that midpoint, put it like so, and then you make your mark. Now the next thing we're going to do is find our knee measurement. My knee measurement is 18 inches divided by 2. That will give me 9 inches. Now we're going to find the midpoint of 9 inches. So give me 4.5. So from this center line, mark 4.5 like so. Then mark 9 inches. So guys, once you get to your knee length, remember we added 2-inch seam allowance, 2-inch hem allowance. So just bring out that 2 inches that you measured out. But for your ankle measurements, my ankle is 14 inches divided by 2. That will give me 7. Then find the midpoint of 7. So this is what I have. Now we're going to go ahead and start connecting the dots. So I went ahead and I started from my hip and joined it to my thigh, to my knee, and all the way down. So this is what I have. I used my curve to smoothen out all the sharp edges like so. Now once you get to your ankle, this is the reason why I said 2 inches, that you should bring out your 2 inches for your hemming allowance. Just rule a straight line down. I know you guys will be wondering the reason why the marker is not showing here. That's because I had to join an extra paper on this one because I'm quite tall, and the original brown paper is not going to enter a full trouser length for me. So yeah, this is how it looks like. Let me turn it this way so that you guys can see the full trouser length. You guys still can't see it though, but doesn't matter. So now the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put in 1/2 inch seam allowance all the way around. This center line is going to be my dart line, so just go ahead and put in your darts. This is what I have. So guys, now we're getting to the back. So for the back, to get to the crotch line, we're going to mark 2 inches from this line, from the original crotch, not from the seam allowance, from the original crotch line. Mark 2 inches. Now from that 2 inches, come down by 1/2 inch, like so. Now once you get that, from the waistline, not from the seam allowance, from the waistline here, you're going to find the midpoint. That's from here to here. Find the midpoint. So just here. Now from this midpoint, you're going to measure out this extended crotch line. Don't add the seam allowance, just measure out the extended crotch line. Mine is giving me 2.8, so you measure it out. Then you make your mark. Now we're going to be connecting this line all the way to this one, because this is now this place is now my new crotch line for my back. So using our curve ruler, we're going to measure it out. But first of all, using 2.5 inches. Extend the line like so. Now once you're done, from this place, measure out your waist measurement. That's from here. Please ignore the seam allowance. So measure up from here to here. That will give me 10 inches. Now from that 10 inches, we're going to be measuring it out from this top part. So that, and you have to go diagonally, so measure out 10 inches. Now once you do that, use your ruler and rule a straight line. Now this is going to be my new waist measurement. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to add 1 inch on my thigh line, on my knee line, and on my ankle. From this line, measure out 1 inch, mark, and then do the same thing here. 1 inch to my knee line. I'm going to be making some marks. So guys, for my darts, all I have to do is, measure from here to here. What I have is 4 inches. Now I'm measuring out 4 inches from here. Do a straight line down. So guys, once I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and put in 1/2 inch at the back. I'm going to go ahead and put in 1/2 inch seam allowance all over.
guys, this is my shield. I used 8 inches length and 2.5 inches width, and then I added extra half an inch seam allowance all around it. Now for the zipper fly, I'm using 7 inches length and 2 inches width. So all I have to do now is just curve like so. Now go ahead and put your half inch seam allowance all around it. It's all out. So guys, for my waistband, all I had to do was measure out your waist measurement. My waist measurement is 28 inches. Now this is 28 inches. So measure out 28 inches and rule a line. Then I added extra 2 inches for the flap so that it can overlap. That's why I added extra 2 inches. Then I added half an inch all around it like so. That's going to be your waistband. So once you're done bringing out your waistband, you're going to go back to your trouser measurements, and you're going to remove 2 inches from the waist. Once you're done with your waistband, go back to your trouser measurement like so. Measure out 2 inches. When you measure out 2 inches, you fold so that when you're cutting, you fold like so. Now this is how you're going to be cutting out your trouser measurements. Do it both for the front and for the back. You see like this. This is 2 inches. Fold it, and this is how you'll be cutting on your fabric.